Welcome to Live Music Showcase here on 88.5 WMNF Tampa. I'm your host, Ken Apperson. We are here in studio with the Applebutter Express. How you guys doing?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm happy. I'm thrilled. I've been hearing the name, the Applebutter Express, in the Tampa Bay market for, I would say, the better part of a decade. Although it seems like whenever people hear your name, they're often getting to hear it for the first time in like the best way. So
we love that.
I'm excited for our audience to hear it for the first time, or for many times. You've been on the show 3 times, I think.
This is our third, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say anything else. Let's get to the music. What's your first song called?
First song's off our second CD. It's a song I wrote about my dad called Until the Morning Came.
I love it.
When the morning came, I saw the bottom of my cup, so I grabbed that whiskey bottle and I filled that sucker up. And I sat back in my chair and my pa, he said to me, I ain't been this drunk since 1963. My dad drinks whiskey just like me, and he run from the law in 1963. When he saw the blue lights, knew he couldn't make bail, so he run and he jumped in the Erie Canal, and there he stayed until the morning came. Oh yes, I am my father's son. We don't stop running till tomorrow has begun. When one day he asked me, boy, tell me who the hell needs sleep? I said, I don't know, Pa, but it sure as hell ain't me. And then we drank until the morning came. And when the morning came, I saw the bottom of my cup, so I grabbed that whiskey bottle and I filled that sucker up. And I sat back in my chair and my pa, he said to me, I ain't been this drunk since 1963. Much to me. That some people say that don't got much money, but wouldn't it be nice if we all struck it rich? I would buy a big old bus and take a permanent road trip, then we played until the morning came. And when the morning came, I saw the bottom of my cup, so I grabbed that whiskey bottle and I filled that sucker up. And I sat back in my chair and my pa, he said to me, I ain't been this drunk since 1963.
Kyle Biz on ukulele.
On the stand-up bass, Mr. Zach Rogers. On the fiddle, give it up one time for Mr. Jason Baker. On the vocals, my lovely wife, Mrs. Shannon Biz. We're called the Applebutter Express. It's a sin. I never waited for the party to begin, but one thing my father taught me that I remember well is that Jesus lives in heaven, but we like raising hell, so then we drank until the morning came. And when the morning came, I saw the bottom of my cup, so I grabbed that whiskey bottle and I filled that sucker up. And I sat back in my chair and my pa, he said to me, I ain't been this drunk since 1963. Oh yes, I am my father's son. We don't stop running till tomorrow has begun. When they asked me, boy, tell me who the hell needs sleep, I said, I don't know, Pa, but it sure as hell ain't me. And then we drank till morning came.
Applebutter Express here on Live Music Showcase, giving you some of that sweet, high-energy bluegrass that only they can do so well. They're going to be doing it for the rest of this episode, and they're going to be doing it tomorrow at Tropical Heatwave, the biggest event in the Tampa Bay area as far as WMNF is concerned. It's at the Cuban Club. It's happening tomorrow, May 10th, 2025, in case you're listening to this from the future and you wanted to get tickets. Guess what? Maybe it already happened. But today, right now, that's not true because it's May 9th, and you can buy tickets right now at tropicalheatwave.org or WMNF.org, whatever you decide you want to do. Tickets are still available, but I know they're going pretty fast, so you're going to want to move. You're going to want to be moving pretty quickly to get those tickets. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be doing some interviews in the auditorium on the ground. I mean, the Cuban Club is so incredible because most music festivals are kind of laid out in a parking lot or a big field or, wrapping around a foothill or something like that. There's always multiple stages, but usually it's all kind of on the same level. Cuban Club has multiple levels. You have the main stage that's outside, but then you go into the Cuban Club and you have the cantina stage, and then you go upstairs and you've got the auditorium where I'll be, and then you go upstairs again and you got the ballroom. It's insane how many different stages there are, how many different opportunities there are to listen, and the diverse list of musicians that are playing and bands that are playing. It's awesome. It's going to be a great time. Make sure you get your tickets, tropicalheatwave.org or WMNF.org right now. So, bluegrass.
It's an interesting thing. If we play in front of a general audience, they look at us and they say, oh, they're a bluegrass band. There's a fiddle and a stand-up bass. If we play in front of a bluegrass festival, they go, that's not bluegrass.
Right.
And it's because none of the songs are about the Lord and the corn.
Right. Yep. The same way that gospel players back in the day were upset with Johnny Cash for writing gospel music with, we'll say, racy lyrics at the time. Yeah. I mean, that's the most interesting thing about the evolution of music, and bluegrass is no exception to that. It's evolving, and it's getting younger too. I remember not even 10 years ago, if you said, "Hey, I'm going to a bluegrass concert," the response was usually, "Oh, I didn't know your grandmother was still alive, and she'd be interested in going to." Now, you never know what you're going to get. They're all ages these days, both performing it and buying tickets to it.
Yep, it's great.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So speaking of, let's dive into another song.
All right. This is a song we actually haven't recorded yet, so this will be the first time this has been put on
world
record.
Premiere.
Yeah. This is a song we wrote. It's called "The Fella at the Liquor Store."
Wedding anniversary and my birthday. He's heard all about my worries and my silly woes. He's always got a little something to fix all of those. Bourbon or tequila, vodka or gin, I guess it just depends on the mood that I'm in. I take my bottle, I say thanks again. He says I'll see you tomorrow, take it easy my friend. La da da, la da 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 da, la da da. My buddy 6 days a week, he stays in on Sunday, has himself a drink. The police come asking who and why. My liquor store buddy's my alibi. So don't you know that's the truth? That the fella at the liquor store knows my name. He knows my wedding anniversary and my birthday. He's heard all about my worries and my silly woes. He's always got a little something to fix all of those. Bourbon or tequila, vodka or gin, I guess it just depends on the mood that I'm in. I take my bottle, I say thanks again. He says I'll see you tomorrow, take it easy my friend. La da da, la da da la da, la da da, la da 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 da. Well, he's my liquor distributor and that's a fact. He's my marriage therapist and my emergency contact. My doctor, my lawyer, he's my weatherman. He knocks off $1 whenever he can. So don't you know that's the truth? That the
again. I guess it just depends on the mood that I'm in. I take my bottle, I say thanks again. He says I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, my friend. La da da, la da 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 da, la da da, la da 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 da.
The Applebutter Express on Live Music Showcase, crushing it, killing it. Maybe you're listening right now on the radio and you're like, I wonder what these people look like. Well, you can find that out. We're live streaming right now on Facebook and on YouTube. Just go to Facebook and search WMNF's Live Music Showcase, and on YouTube, search WMNF Community Radio. There's people in there right now. If you're watching right now, hi. Thanks for joining us. Leave a comment. Tell us how much you like the Applebutter Express. Think of the wildest, weirdest song you could think of. Or I'm sorry, share a comment with the wildest, weirdest song you can think of that would sound wild as a bluegrass version. I want to hear those suggestions in the comments. In the meantime, you all have been playing in the Tampa Bay area for a while, and you've played Tropical Heatwave.
Yeah. 2010 we started out. We were in college. I was in college, and we started the band. We played Tropical Heatwave one time, and it's kind of interesting. Everyone always wants to know what this instrument is. It's an 8-string ukulele, and I had no intention of ever playing an 8-string ukulele, but the first time we played at Tropical Heatwave, a representative from Luna came and found me. He says, I really like the way you play the ukulele. Would you be interested in playing a Luna? And at the time, I won't say the brand, but I was playing a $1,500 ukulele.
Sure.
So I was like, no, I think I'm good. He's like, well, we just came out with an 8-string ukulele. Will you try it? I said, sure, I'll try it. So I took it to the next show. I planned on using it for 2 songs. So I started with my really super duper expensive ukulele.
Sure.
Plugged in the 8-string, played the 2 songs. It sounded good. Went back to the really expensive ukulele, and it was like downshifting.
Right.
Oh no! Like this is what I want now. So that's how I started working with Luna ukuleles, and they've been really good to me. But it's because of Tropical Heatwave. They never would have seen me if we hadn't played at Tropical Heatwave. So forever grateful.
So what you're saying is you were discovered
Yes.
at Tropical Heatwave.
Yeah.
Yeah, by Luna. That's awesome. See, that's what it's all about. That's what Tropical Heatwave's all about. It's about discovery. This is the thing. I'll admittedly, when I first started hosting this show and really getting to know what WMNF was all about, what Tropical Heatwave was all about, I didn't get it. Because I'd look at a bill of Tropical, and I wouldn't recognize many of the names. I'd be like, well, who wants to? That's not what it's about. That's exactly what it's about. It's about discovery. It's about trusting that the events team here at WMNF are going to turn you on to some new music that maybe you never heard of before, but you're definitely going to leave as a new fan of at least 1 or 2 new bands that you may have never heard before. So that's what it's all about. That's my favorite thing about this station, this show, and about Tropical Heatwave. It's all in the same mission, I guess you could say. Yeah. So let's jump into some more music. Speaking of which, I've noticed a theme so far. The first 2 songs have been we'll say a little sauced, and yet they're very svelte, as Mark would say. Are your songs alcoholics?
They tend to be.
They tend to be.
They tend to be. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, here's the thing. When we started out, we were going to open mics a lot, and every song was about somebody that got cheated on or that spurned lover, and they were sad. And I'm going, none of these songs are about happy things or having a good time or having a party. Yeah. So we set out with that intent goal of we're not going to be we're going to try as hard as we can not to be the sad band. We do have a couple of songs that are a little more serious in nature, but we're never going to take ourselves too seriously, and we're always going to write a song about having a good time.
I'll say this about sad music, and I am a fan of both listening to and writing sad songs, but they're inherently self-indulgent. They are. It's woe is me, but me is in there. And that's okay. It's okay to write music, and there's definitely a need for that out there in the world, but there's just as much of a need for happy music.
Like I said, it's just where we were at the time. I noticed there's something missing from this scene that we can stand out. We can be different if we write a song like this instead of a song like that.
I love it. Well, what's this one called?
This one's called Riley, which is crazy because we wrote it for our best friends when she was pregnant with her little boy that she was going to name Riley, and that kid is 13 years old now. So it's like, oh, God. So, yeah, this one's off our first CD. It's called Riley.
To be had. There's twists and turns and lots to learn that you won't understand. There's drinks and smokes and funny jokes, the world ain't all that bad. There's drinks and smokes and funny jokes, the world ain't all that bad. So get good grades so that you can get laid and drink lots of beer in college. And don't tell your mom that we wrote you this song, but this is very important knowledge. Riley, the world ain't all that bad. When you grow up to be a man, there's good times to be had. There's twists and turns and lots to learn that you won't understand. There's drinks and smokes and funny jokes, the world ain't all that bad. There's drinks and smokes and funny jokes, the world ain't all that bad. So find a good girl and make her your world, 'cause real loving is hard to find. When things go south, love will punch you in the mouth, but you'll never know if you don't try. Riley, the world ain't all that bad. When you grow up to be a man, there's good times to be had. There's twists and turns and lots to learn that you won't understand. There's drinks and smokes and funny jokes, the world ain't all that bad. There's drinks and smokes and funny jokes, the world ain't all that bad. Take a look around from the sky down to the ground and breathe it in. And when things get tough and you think you have enough, just don't get in. So have lots of fun and don't take lip from anyone, 'cause life is short and it can pass you by. Just be an honest man and spread all the love you can, 'cause this life is all about the ride. Riley, the world ain't all that bad. When you grow up to be a man, there's good times to be had. There's twists and turns and lots to learn that you won't understand. There's drinks and smokes and funny jokes, the world ain't all that bad. There's drinks and smokes and funny jokes, the world ain't all that bad. Riley, the world ain't all that bad. When you grow up to be a man, there's good times to be had. There's twists and turns and lots to learn that you won't understand. There's drinks and smokes and funny jokes, the world ain't all that bad. There's drinks and smokes and funny jokes, the world ain't all that bad.
Tricks and smokes and funny jokes, and the world ain't all that bad. The Applebutter Express is here on Live Music Showcase. If you're just joining us, has Riley heard this song?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what does he think of it?
He's into Slipknot now, so he's just we're just his parents' old friends. Like we're not cool.
Yeah, that's oh man. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense, especially considering Slipknot is enjoying a kind of a reemergence.
And it's funny because he figured out that I'm also a Slipknot fan, so he always wants to like, who do you think was better, Joey Jordison or Elo Casagrande? Like, which drummer do you like? And then he'll tell me why I'm wrong. And he's 13.
Yeah, well, if the world wasn't filled with genius 13-year-olds, well, none of the boys that grow up would have any confidence at all. That's now, true. Would they? Yeah, yeah. So Slipknot, that's definitely a band that you could ruin, but also make really interesting and fun with bluegrass.
Yeah, we haven't figured that one out quite yet. Maybe someday.
I push my fingers into my, and then 3-part harmony. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, perfect. Sounds good. I almost heard it. And now we just need to get a keg and someone to hit it with a bat. All right. So we have a bunch of people in the comments already of the live stream. Lots and lots and lots. We do have song suggestions just for, future edification. Not that you have to take any of these, obviously. Let's see. Christine says, how about $1 Billion Baby from Alice Cooper?
Oh, I don't know that one.
I don't know that one either. I don't know.
We
but,
do know
Alice Cooper's.
We do No More Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh, nice. That's perfect. That's great. Pussycat says, Nikki. What's new, Pussycat? Whoa! And that's as much as anyone ever needs to hear of that song. Nikki also said another one that I can't say on the radio, so thank you, Nikki. Appreciate that. And then I guess he's a fan because he recognized the song. He said, oh, Riley, one of my favorites.
Cool.
Clint says, home team.
Yeah, home team.
Home team, yeah.
That was the Tampa crew for a while.
That's right, yeah. It's a Facebook group, among other things. Yeah. So, all right, let's jump into another song. How's that sound?
Yeah, this one's another one off our first record. It's called What Do You Got? It's actually the first song I ever wrote for this band, so. Well, I'm saying I don't know much from the books, but I sing good everywhere I look. I don't go to schools of excellence. You see, I know what I know from experience. I got time. One of my bills say, what do you got? Well, I say don't stand still too long. Gotta move or you're not gonna ride. Come on, buddy, let's take a ride. Get on the field, don't stand on the side. Gotta jump in with your head or feet first. Meeting new people's how I quench my thirst. You don't just stand there. Come join me in my fun. You gotta get out on the dance floor where that beat drops on no one. And then you just shake it, baby. Then you just shake it down to the floor. Then you just shake it, baby. Now I'm walking out that door to see that world. You gotta get out and see that world. Cause the earth is your oyster. Go find yourself a pearl. Ladies and gentlemen, on the stand-up bass, Mr. Zach Rogers. Fiddle, get up one more time for Mr. Jason Baker. I've been south of the border. I've been cold with the Eskimos. I smoke peace pipe with the Indians, and that ain't all I know. I played roulette in Russia. I've been down to Timbuktu, but I like it here in Florida, man. That's where I sing my blues, cause I got time. Under my bed, say, what do you got? I say, don't stand still too long. Gotta move or you're not gonna ride. You see, my brain is made of rubber, so out the bottoms of my shoes, my soul is made of lightning, man. That's why I sing these blues. I've been looking for the target ever since the day I was born. I decided it's time to scream and shout. Well, how till the morning? You catch that next plane out of Tampa, you go up that Suwannee. That Spanish monster's proof is God, and that's enough for me. So then you just shake it, baby. Then you just shake it down to the ground. Then you just shake it, baby. I was lost, but now I'm found, cause I got time. When my best say, what do you got? I say, don't stand still too long. You gotta move or your mind gon' rock. I say, don't stand still too long. You gotta move or your mind gon' rock.
The Applebutter Express here on Live Music Showcase. Absolutely crushing it. And, it's always impressive to me about bluegrass in general, but I know you guys don't claim to represent like traditional bluegrass, but one thing that you do uphold in traditional bluegrass is there is nary a drummer to be seen in this room. And I guess I have a bone to pick with bluegrass in general. What do they have against drummers?
It's not that they have something against. Jason, you answer this.
Yeah, you're the bluegrass guy.
Yeah, I grew up in that tradition, and I think there's probably a lot of answers for that, but the best one I can think of right now is Bill Monroe just didn't want it. And seriously, I really do. I think that's probably primarily the main reason. And also, like, working in different kinds of bands, like, I will say drums in general are going to raise your entire stage volume, which means, like, logistically, I feel like other things have to happen. So I do think in some way maybe there is a stylistic, sort of mechanism to it.
And on top of that, most of them are unreliable drunks.
You know what? I know some drummers that would be very unhappy about that statement.
Jokes.
But
No, a lot
where's
of
the
drummers
lie?
that feel
Where's the
called
lie?
out.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
That
Where's the
being
lie?
said, the big Christmas gift from Santa this year was a drum set for our son. So if there ever it will be an Applebutter Express, it'll be.
And you know what Bill Monroe would say that about that, right? Be like, oh no, boy, that's no part of nothing right there.
Well, I mean, the reality, and that's a great point. That's a very, very good point about stage volume. A lot of people don't realize that when you're on stage, when you're in an amplified environment, i.e., microphones, the more microphones there are on stage, the louder what they call noise floor is. Not to get too technical for the listeners out there, but basically the noise floor is the lowest that you can go in the volume. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to get this wrong. I know Mark will probably correct me. He's probably tearing his hair out already. Essentially, the noise floor is how low the ambient sound in the room is ultimately as it's picked up by the microphones. So, like if you crank your microphones up and you're hearing sound at like -40, that's not terrible. It's in good shape. The noise floor, the more microphones there are, the louder everything is on stage to the microphones because they're all picking each other up. They're all picking each other's instrument up. There are 4 of you, standing in a row here, but our bassist here on the end, Zach, his microphone is still picking up our fiddle player on the far end of the room, Jason, and vice versa. So not having a drummer means a little less noise pollution. Allows those harmonies to really ring through.
And also, I think it's kind of from a player standpoint, and a lot of people I'm sure that are listening have lived this. It's just kind of a different music making experience.
Sure.
Like if you can acoustically make the sound that you're sort of amplifying so an audience can hear it, that's a different musical experience than using amps and effects and all that to make a different sort of, I don't know if you call it sonority of sound or however you would want to label that. But I do think from a music making standpoint, it's a very different experience.
Well, I mean, that's one of my favorite things about like going to a bluegrass jam, for example, is at other jams, you'll get, the normal band configuration and band members will kind of swap out after a song or two. And that's how it works. At a bluegrass jam, everybody just gets up there all at once. There's one microphone often, or maybe 2, and it's dialed in such a way that everyone can be heard that wants to be playing during that particular song. And if you take a solo, you just take a step closer to that microphone, which is a very traditional way.
You're self-mixing with proximity.
Truly.
That's what I used to call it. It's
self-mixing by proximity. That's the most technical way of saying slide out.
For better or worse.
For better or worse.
For better or worse, absolutely, as with any solo, that's for sure. All right, so who's taking a solo in this next song?
Oh, Jason. Jason takes all the solos.
I love it.
No,
Zach
Zach
takes some
I think I
too.
get like
Zach
2.
takes some too.
Yeah, I get it.
No, this song's off our second CD. It's called Smile.
In the state of Kentucky, where heartbreak is a felony. Oh, thanks. Well, all I got is my song. bar and wake up where the cool kids are and smile. Smile, smile, smile. I'll just smile. Smile, smile, smile. And with our newfound success, I buy the most expensive dress you want, 'cause I'm cool like that. And I would buy you all those things you saw in all those magazines you read, 'cause I'm a fool like that. But honey, I don't need that stuff if we get by on just enough. No boat, no house, no fancy cars, just you and me under the stars. I'll smile. Smile, smile, smile. I'll just smile. Smile, smile, smile. Just smile. Smile, smile, smile. Please don't forget to smile. Smile, smile, smile. Please don't forget to smile. Just smile, smile, smile. Please don't forget to smile.
Not hard to remember when I hear a song like that to smile. That is the Applebutter Express.
It's important to remember.
Here on Live Music Showcase, it's truly important to remember. Kyle, I just became absolutely transfixed by the technique you were just using to strum that mandolele, as I'm going to call it now from now on. I think that's called double strumming, right?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what it's called. I stole it from Victor Wooten. I grew up a bass player, and he does a lot of this stuff where it's down with your thumb, up with your thumb, and up with your finger. So if you start slow, and you build it up. It gives you this triplet effect.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I'm good at. It's the only impressive part about my ukulele playing.
Well, I mean, it's not the only thing you're good at. How many kids do you have?
Just the one.
Just the one?
Just
Well,
the one.
you know, one and done. That's
It's very funny. Somebody came up to us. We were at a party, and they said, "So when's the next kid coming along?" And I said, "Well, it would be very financially irresponsible for us to do that right now. But if I won the lottery, I'd definitely do it again." And Shannon goes, "Oh, would you do it again? Would you do it again?" I was like, "Yeah, I suppose I need to talk to."
Absolutely.
We should talk about that before making those decisions.
Yep. Me and the lovely woman of my life are on our way to having our first kid.
Congrats.
Right now. Mm-hmm. And we definitely had a similar conversation, talking to other people, and I think I catch myself once in a while saying things like, "Oh, we're pregnant." She's like, "Oh, we are?"
Yeah,
No. We are having a baby, but she is the one carrying it currently, doing that work.
It's the best thing. It's the greatest thing we've ever done. It's cool. It has made writing songs a little more difficult. Like I'll sit down with the ukulele and it's like, "Dad, let's play Batman." And I know that there's going to be an age where he goes, "I don't want to play with you anymore."
Cats
so
in the cradle.
I will put down the ukulele and I will be the Joker, and I will, you can chase me and put me in jail, and I will chase you and put you in jail, because I know that I've only got realistically 6 or 7 years left of him being like, play with me before it's iPhone. So
Yeah.
So that's been a thing
That's
balancing that.
That's some solid forethought. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's good thinking. All right. So before we dive into the next song, just to let everyone know, we're a little behind schedule in terms of what I'm about to tell you, but we are at the Ask Musicians Anything, the AMA segment of the show where you, the listener, can call in with any questions or comments that you might have for the Applebutter Express, for WMNF. You can call in about Tropical Heatwave. You can ask anything that you want or share any comment that you want. Our board op, Charlie, will take your calls. He'll take your questions. He'll send them over to me. And at the end of the show, which is actually coming up very soon, I'll share them with the band and with you guys, our audience as well. The number is 813-239-9663. That number again is 813-239-9663. If you are calling hoping that you can buy Tropical Heatwave tickets, no, that's not going to happen. We're not doing that over the phone lines today, but you can get them on you can get them on the internet, WMNF.org or tropicalheatwave.org. And while you're at it, I actually just remembered this. You can, if you're not already over at WMNF.org, you can head over to WMNF.org to check out the live stream that is embedded right on the homepage of WMNF.org. So that's pretty cool. We're pretty happy about that. So Tropical Heatwave, you guys are playing tomorrow, 10:30.
10:30 Cantina Stage.
10:30 Cantina Stage. That I'm always a little torn between that one and the ballroom in terms of my favorite stages.
Oh, I'll help you decide. Cantina Stage. You should be at the Cantina Stage at 10:30. That's where you want to be.
The Cantina Stage at approximately 10:30 p.m. on May 10th is the best place to be in the entire world.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to have, but there's like scheduled maintenance in the ballroom, so you should come to the Cantina Stage. No, I'm kidding.
No, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, the Cantina is so cool. That room, feel free to fact check me on this, but I believe that room, that bottom, almost like subterranean room at the Cuban Club, used to be a pool. Used to be an indoor pool that they were like, no, we're not doing a pool anymore. We're going to make this a concert venue.
Interesting.
And that's exactly what they did. It's pretty cool.
All right.
So I love it. WMNF.org to get your tickets for Tropical Heatwave happening tomorrow. Let's jump into another song.
Yeah, this one's called Tell Me If I'm Crazy. It's off our most recent record.
I will.
All right.
Don't you tell me I've been lazy. me I won't disappear. Tell me if I'm crazy, baby, I'm not thinking clear. But don't you tell me I've been lazy, I won't disappear on you tonight.
Hard stop there. I love it.
Thank you.
The Applebutter Express here on Live Music Showcase. I have a choir nerd question for all of you. One of my favorite things about bluegrass music is the harmonies, 3 and sometimes 4-part harmonies. I mean, and by 4 parts, I don't mean there's 4 people singing. It's a common misconception. 4-part harmonies actually typically refer to the number of notes within a harmony. And in music, generally you work in triads, you work in chords. Chords are 3 notes, and then you repeat those notes either in unison or in varying octaves, and you can do that all the way up to the symphonic orchestral level. But that's usually it. It's 3 notes, and then occasionally you get a 4th one. That's the 4-part harmony. Moreover, though, I digress. How does the Applebutter Express get warmed up harmonically before a show? Do you guys do that, or you just jump in?
I kind of jump in. I
You
mean,
just kinda
our
jump
sound
in?
check is our warm up, really. Usually,
Sure.
Like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you have a go-to when you're at rehearsal for like your favorite all-time like harmonic, part of a song or something like that?
Atlantic City, probably.
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City. It's originally a Bruce Springsteen
Oh.
song, but we do the band's version of it. And that's like that's our go-to sound check. Like, to make sure everything feels right, we do Atlantic City by the band. Yeah.
Right on. Do you do the whole thing, or you just do that one
No,
one
we'll
section?
usually play through the whole thing because it's a great song. Because there's all the harmonies and then fiddle solo, and you just get it's a good song to get a feel for like how the rest of the set will go, like how it will sound on stage. Yeah.
At the risk of overstepping, but I would could you give me just a little bit of that song,
Sure.
like just the harmonies, the harmonies.
Everything dies, baby, that's a fact. Maybe everything that dies someday comes back. You put your makeup on and fix your hair up pretty, and meet me tonight in Atlantic City.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, all right, thank you. Appreciate you indulging me for that.
Yeah, no problem. Love to.
Harmonies are so incredible to me because, and they're kind of like photos of Bigfoot in 2025, in the sense that, like, even if someone really did like photograph a perfectly clear 4K image of Bigfoot these days, no one would really believe it, because we have Photoshop now, we have AI generated images and all this stuff. All of that to say, harmonies are one of the truly magical quality concepts, I guess I could say, in music, that have been around for hundreds of years. I mean, Gregorian chants were one of the first forms of any kind of harmonic music whatsoever, and it's done through the harmonizing through human voices. So the hardest part about harmonies isn't even necessarily getting the notes right. I mean, that's incredibly challenging in and of itself, but to be completely in sync as a 4 individual people with 4 individual brains, being able to synchronize not only your pitch, but your breathing and your enunciation and your diction, where you open your consonants, where you close them off. And you guys are really good at it.
Thank you. I mean, I'll say this. I mean, Jason is talented, but academically knowledgeable about what notes go where and what parts should fit.
Sure.
Now, what's interesting is when we were just boyfriend, girlfriend, driving around in my orange Dodge Neon in Bradenton, Florida, we'd be listening to Steve Miller Band on the CD player, and she'd be writing harmonies that weren't in the song. She's writing harmonies that didn't exist.
I don't have musical training or whatever, but like I just sing whatever sounds like it's supposed to be there, which is the exact opposite of what Jason does.
We're picking and stabbing. Yeah. He's got the scalpel and the magnifying glass.
To be fair, when you add that third part, I really call it like it's the leftovers part. It's like whatever note in the triad's not getting sung, you have to like find it and jump. And sometimes it's like jumping in between them or being below both of them, or what. So to me, it's kind of fun, because it's really not so much of an academic thing of like what note's missing. like find the missing note. So it's sort of like a game in a way, you know.
You get to feel it out, but then you get to use your academic knowledge to chase that feeling.
Yeah, super theory nerd. I just love music theory. A lot of people are like, ugh, you know, and I'm just like, oh yeah, tell me more.
What's your favorite chord? Every music nerd I know has.
Jesus, no, I'm joking.
Thank you for taking my joke.
I don't know. I think they're all good, and they all serve different functions at different times. So
No Neapolitan sixes for you?
I mean, yeah, they're interesting. I mean, you know, I like you know, when you mix an augmented and diminished chord and get a demolished chord. No, I'm joking, but that's not supposed to happen. But no, I mean, to me, it's like chords. You know, they do that whole tension and release thing, and so any chord can, you know, be interesting in a progression, I think.
You know what? I appreciate you as a music theory person, as a music theory nerd. I appreciate that you actually gave an answer that makes more sense to an audience who's not that. And we've talked about this on the show before, tension and release. Tension and release is one of the, maybe if not the most important quality of not only music, but kind of any art. Just about any art, there is an aspect of tension created and relief from that tension afterwards. In dance, even in visual art, you experience that.
And I feel like for most of us, regardless of what, you know, how much training you do or don't have, I feel like people emotionally respond to that.
100%.
That's the part of music that people, you know, like, you know, even if you can't break it down and say, well, there's a Neapolitan, who cares, right? At the end of the day, like, you know, how does it speak to you? Like,
Truly.
and that could be different for a lot of people.
I love that.
I think that's the magic of music, personally.
Not to change the subject, but
Yeah.
my mother was very upset today because she has a dentist appointment
Oh.
while we're doing the live music showcase, and she actually bought a radio to her dentist's office. So she's getting her teeth worked on right now with her own radio that she brought. So it's Mother's Day this weekend. I'd like to play her favorite song.
Please,
This
by
one's
all
called
means.
"When the Leaves Change Color." I hope you're not in any pain at the dentist, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
Pass the bottle back and forth, sitting out on our front porch. I wanna spend my day with you.
Stomping on that old wood floor, strumming my 3 favorite chords. I wanna sing everything with you. Let's watch our troubles drift away.
All those things we have to do could wait another day.
'Cause whenever you're around, my feet don't touch the ground. So let's get married in the woods, my darling. And I don't wanna wait till summer, because waiting never did us any good, my darling. Let's do it when the leaves change color.
Leaves are falling on that street. Come over and sit next to me. I wanna spend my day with you.
We'll sing our favorite drinking songs, even if the notes are wrong. I wanna sing everything with you. When everyone else has gone to sleep,
We'll crack a bottle, something cheap.
go to bed, turn off the light. Before I do, kiss you goodnight, and I'll tell you I love you. So let's get married in the woods, my darling. And I don't wanna wait till summer, because waiting never did us any good, my darling. Let's do it when the leaves change color. You bring the food and I'll bring the beer. Just tell our friends they can meet us here. We'll hang some lights up on the trees, with all our family and all our friends. What I want, it just all depends on whatever makes you happy. Let's do it when the leaves change color.
The Applebutter Express here on Live Music Showcase. They'll be performing tomorrow at Tropical Heatwave on May 10th. The tickets for that are still available at WMNF.org or tropicalheatwave.org. And they're playing at 10:30 on the Cantina stage. Super cool. So we'll see you there. We'll see you there tomorrow. Real quick, we'll do the credits. Credit where credit is due. This show doesn't happen without an incredible team of dedicated volunteers behind the scenes who are making sure that it looks and sounds as good as it does. Sound mixer Mark Perfetti, video director Charles Holsopple. Our camera operators today are Lisa Reuter, Ike Parham, and Marcy Connors. Our board op is Charlie Cushing, and I'm your host, Ken Apperson. Let's get to our AMAs real quick. The first one is from David Bryant, good friend of the show. Hi, David. How you doing? He says, love me some Applebutter Express. Will they be at Florida Folk Festival this year?
I don't know.
TBD. But they will be at Tropical Heatwave tomorrow. That's the one that's really important. He also says, I think, let's see, Wani Trippin' is my favorite song from the band.
Okay.
See you tomorrow at the Cuban Club.
Beautiful.
David, Mr. White Pep Bryant. So
All right.
That's that one. Craig from Clearwater thinks Purple Haze would be a good bluegrass song. They're still on the suggestions.
Okay.
Go crazy. I don't know. And then let's see, Bubba. You guys might know Bubba. He says, has the band ever considered creating a tribute/cover band staffed with their kids? You could call it I Can't Believe It's Not Applebutter Express. Yeah, that's solid.
All right.
That's not bad. Not bad, Bubba. Not bad. Not bad at all. And then he also made a suggestion, said Give Up the Funk would be a good bluegrass version of the song.
We do that.
Yeah, we do that.
Oh, there you go. He says Applebutter Express, great, is great. I've seen them perform live a few days. So
Sweet.
he's seen you multiple days. Yeah. All right. So we're coming up to the very, very tail end of the show. We're here every Friday at 2 p.m. here on WMNF. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next is the Rhythm Revival with Reverend Billy C. Wirtz. Great show. And chances are, if you're tuning in just now, you're probably waiting for that one to start. So thanks for tuning in a little early to catch the tail end of our show. You guys want to take us out with one more song?
Yeah, we'll do Wani Trippin'.
Take it easy. See you at Heatwave.
Forget your job for just one weekend, friend. Let it go, get down like way back when. Out of your sight, out of your mind. Leave your keys back inside your ride. Shut up that cell phone that says to your side. Out of your sight, out of your mind. 'Cause when you're tripping on that river, I'll sure show you a good time. Sing, we go on, tripping on that river, tripping on that river wide. With 14,000 of your brothers and your sisters, so happy to be alive. Be alive! It's sleep and breathe and do it all the time. Blackwater River always on my mind. I wanna go where the live oak grows. We'll still be going when the sun comes up. We got the liquor now, just bring your cup. Or ask your neighbors what they can find. 'Cause when you're tripping on that river, I'll sure show you a good time. Sing, we go on, tripping on that river, tripping on that river wide. With 14,000 of your brothers and your sisters, so happy to be alive. Be alive! We'll be there just after the freeze. 300 hammocks hanging in them trees. Out of I'll sure show you a good time. Sing, we go whining, tripping on that river, tripping on that river wide. With 14,000 of your brothers and your sisters, so happy to be alive. Take them to church. We go whining, tripping on that river, tripping on that river wide. 14,000 of your brothers and your sisters, so happy to be alive. Be alive! He's sleeping, breathing, do it all the time. Like water, river, always on my mind. I wanna go where the life don't grow. We'll still be going when the sun comes up. We got the liquor, now just bring your cup. Oh, ask your neighbors what they can find. 'Cause when you're tripping on that river, I'll sure show you a good time. 'Cause when you're tripping on that river, I'll sure show you a good time.
The Applebutter Express here on Live Music Showcase. That's our show, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. And whether or not you're learning how to play the mandolele or you're learning how to use the internet to go to WMNF.org and buy tickets to Tropical Heatwave, go practice. We'll see you next week.